buying alcohol.
Hello everyone, Tiniestofchibis here. So went to go get his shop and stuff. And also, as you can tell, I switched out Barbara. Not that it matters, but still. Have to look out.
Hello there. So, you...
Hey! Don't forget about the equally renowned
Paimon.
Of course. Well, it just so happens that our tavern, Angel's Share, is hosting a Bartender's Academy Week. I'm hoping the event might interest you. Basically, you'll have full access to all of our ingredients to mix cocktails or any other drink you please. As long as you refrain from being wasteful, you can enjoy unlimited refills for the drinks you create.
Unlimited refills!
Also, you'll be rewarded handsomely if the guests are happy with your drinks.
What? There's even rewards?
Oh, Paimon, so.
Where do we sign up?
It's called an academy, but attendance is certainly not mandatory. And you don't have to make your decision right away. You're more than welcome to give it a try first. So, what do you think? Will you give the academy a try? Great. Then please, come on in. First, Charles will walk you through some basic techniques.
Hey, I know you two. So what can I get for you today?
Hi,
Hey,
Charles.
Charles. Actually, we came to be bartenders today.
Bartenders? Oh, so Luca roped you two in, did he? He's got quite a knack for that. You're certainly talented at handling difficult tasks. There's no doubt about that. But mixing cocktails is a whole different game. It's delicate work and requires a certain amount of finesse. Everything from the ratios of your ingredients to your mixing techniques could affect the final product.
Don't worry, she's a fantastic cook. Cooking and cocktail making have a lot in common, you know.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Oh, and one more thing. In a previous event, we had a student who arbitrarily mixed 3 kinds of hard liquor. Just one glass was enough to leave a customer passed out on the floor. So in light of that incident, we decided to no longer provide alcoholic ingredients to beginners. I hope you'll understand. Great.
No problem.
That just about covers all I have to say. You'll learn all the skills and techniques you need on the fly.
Ugh. Sorry, I'm trying to eat my food, but my food is all kind of stuck together. So it's essentially like, okay, so he wants coffee. It's 3. And then we do that. Oh, he doesn't care about the size, so it's fine. You know, a lot of people just go for straight up coffee here. Seems like
You're a quick
Mondstadters
learner.
are very
This tastes
fond of
pretty
just
good.
coffee black.
Paimon agrees.
Because we call it
This
coffee,
is
but, like-
amazing.
Okay. That was just practice, though. On the job,
Whenever you add
customers
anything else
often
to
will
it, it's
have
like something
special
else.
requests for their drinks. Some may enjoy a stiffer drink, while others might prefer something more sour. Everyone has their own preferences. Adjusting the amounts of the ingredients is always the key.
Paimon would like a caramel pine cone, extra sweet, and the biggest glass you have, please and thank you.
That's a coffee
Well, that's about all there is to it.
with the cream and milk.
But to become a truly exceptional bartender, in addition to mixing skills, you'll also... All right. In that case, you two can take this counter. If you have questions or need any help, just give me a holler.
Whew, class dismissed. Wait, where's Paimon's caramel pine cone?
Okay. So, now that we've opened it, let's start with... Oh, so I gotta do them before... Pooh. Alright, so I gotta do their event shit first. God damn it. I'll do... I'll get D-Luke out of the way just because I don't care for him.
Oh, it's Master Diluc. What brings you here? Do you have nothing to do today?
Me? Nothing to do? Don't count on it. I heard you two were working as bartenders, so I thought I'd drop by to see how you're coming along.
Wow, you really do catch wind of things quickly.
So, tell me, how do you like being a bartender?
So we just started.
Yeah, it's still a little too early to tell. We haven't been at it for very long.
Just tell me your initial feelings. Excited, confused, anything. How does it feel to be a bartender?
No experience.
I see.
Hey, didn't you want to ask Paimon too?
Paimon, you're not doing jack
Paimon's
shit.
initial feeling is drinks taste good.
Good. I'm happy for you. Now, could you make me a Gray Valley sunset then? Great. Take your time.
He's asking for juice. That's it. He's essentially wanting juice. And then he doesn't care about the size, so... He's a big guy, so give him big juice.
Not bad.
Look
Not
at
bad at
Kaya in
all.
the background.
It's all about
I just
the
wanted to
ingredients.
get him
If the
for a
fruit are fresh and
while.
juicy, then the drink will naturally be sweet, tasty, without adding anything extra.
Sounds like I should thank the soil of Mondstadt. It just so happens that Gray Valley Sunset is the first drink I ever mixed. I was still quite young. My father laid out several ingredients and told me to experiment with them. No requirements and no instruction. In hindsight, he probably just wanted to test my creativity. In the end, I just made a glass of fruit punch. Much like this one.
Oh? But why fruit punch?
My father was equally surprised. I didn't really put much thought into it. I just figured that it would taste sweet. Looking back on it, I was so young and naive. Oh? I never
Parent.
thought about it, I suppose.
Even if it tastes
My
shit.
father didn't say a word at the time. But,
Yeah, even
Thank
if
you.
it tasted like shit.
by the way,
Most likely he would have
there's
just
something
said
I'd
it was
like to
good.
give you. But I suppose it's better to wait until you have more experience with your bartender job. I have no doubt that you'll do very well.
And Paimon will, be rooting for you.
Very well. Then, I look forward to seeing your good work. See you around.
Come back soon when you have a minute.
And now, my faves. The
Well, well, this is a surprise. I didn't expect to see you two behind the counter today. In that case, I'd like a death afternoon.
Leave it to Kaya to make things difficult right from the start.
Come now. I just wanted to see how she'd react. I admit I didn't expect to see you here today, Sister Rosaria. With so many demanding customers that frequent the tavern, I only thought I'd help the traveler gain some experience.
There he goes with that smooth talk again.
Leave him alone.
Don't get me wrong, I was only trying to be helpful. If anything, you should be thanking me. Now, how about we start with something simple, like a moonlit alley, for instance? Oh, and make it a large, please.
I'll leave my drink up to you. Just make it a tea of some kind and not too big.
Please, take your time. Waiting in anticipation is half the fun.
Okay. I can't remember how much the Moonlight Alley is. Coffee, milk, and cocoa paste. Coffee, milk, and cocoa paste. Next. I would have been so upset if I messed up. So she wants a tea-based drink. Tart Brilliance. Scholar's Afternoon. Max is born from tea and milk. Tea with milk drizzled on top. Drink based tea on tea and milk that has uniquely refreshing taste. Spoof fingers and that's a way of drinking black teas. Slightly sweet and sour to the taste. Just because I think it'll be hilarious. Laugh and cheer would be hilarious. So milk and cocoa paste. Because honestly, she needs to get over herself. She doesn't want a big cup, so a small cup.
What is it, Rosaria?
I
You
made
don't
her like a
the
tea
drink?
with juice last time.
No, the drink you made me is fine. It's just that I rarely ever drink tea. The taste always reminds me of certain things.
It's like milk tea, essentially.
Ah, I presume you're referring to the church?
Yes. The church once held an event that I couldn't attend, but Sister Barbara still saved some tea and dessert for me. The dessert had already gone stale, so she whisked it away when I wasn't looking. But the tea tasted just like this drink you made me.
Boy, you're in rare form today, Rosaria.
I wonder if she says something different. 'Cause
Sounds to me like Mondstadt's just gained another black tea lover.
I'd prefer something a little stiffer.
That depends. If I point out a few flaws, will you make me another one?
yes, I would.
I'm just kidding. I'd never subject you to such treatment.
God, look at how handsome he is.
Gosh, Kaya sure is a tough nut to crack.
I don't really care what's going through his mind as long as we only talk about drinks. Besides, Kaya's only interested in people or things that intrigue him, whether that's you, the innkeeper here, or anybody else.
Hey, how could you divulge so much about your dear old drinking buddy,
You think I'm saying too much? Get over yourself. It's no big deal. I'm constantly surrounded by uptight folks day to day. I prefer the easygoing atmosphere in the tavern.
Oh, are we gossiping about people who take themselves too seriously now? Speaking of which, I know someone who could easily place in the top 3
Like-
most serious people in Mondstadt.
Look how handsome he is. Like, he's so gorgeous. Like, I love him so fucking much. Like, him and Zhongli are like my top tier. Like, husbandos. Like so handsome.
As to
Like,
their level of
don't get me wrong, I have
seriousness,
other top tiers in
well, let
different
me put it this way.
categories, but
they probably wouldn't even flinch if I said that to their face.
Are there really rankings for people like that?
Of course. Just off the top of my head, there's a running list for the most consistent drinkers, hardest workers, worst cooks, or
the drinkers
even
would probably be
the biggest
Kaya,
hoarders of dark
Venti.
secrets.
Sounds the
Um,
Paimon like
the-
Mondstadters have
I
way
think
too much
Nimrod or-
time on their hands.
Are there
His
really
name was-
that many people who don't need to work?
no.
Aw, but what about Paimon? Is there a category that Paimon can be ranked as high as her?
Why, of course. How about... best bartenders.
Really? That's great! Our names will be remembered together
I don't know why I was just like,
forever.
I can't help but look at him. I was like, but.
Well, I must admit, the atmosphere you bring isn't half bad.
You can say that again. Just looking at these two brings a smile to my face.
God, he's so
Good
pretty.
bartenders
I
create
love
a nice
him.
atmosphere and get people in a good mood. You know, like
Oh.
a mascot. So
My,
I guess there's really no contest for the title of best
My lock screen
bartenders.
for my new computer is Kaya, just like all sexy and shit, and I'm like,
Thanks for your hospitality.
like, and
Yeah,
it's like
I should
so
be going
fucking
too.
cool. It's like he's floating in like
By the way,
water.
that black tea tasted great. I'll try to make some for myself in the future. If I can manage to get up early enough in the morning, that is.
Until next time.
He's coming in. But yeah, it's like he's like floating in water with his hair down, and like the water is so clear you can see the night sky, and it's just extremely gorgeous. Let's talk to these folks here so I can talk, so we can look at Zhongli for a little longer. Right, my love? Talk. Lisa wants love poem. Which
Hi
is a
there,
tea milk
cutie. It's good
product.
to see you.
And fucking Jean over here wants a fucking straight up fucking
It
black
is
coffee.
certainly unusual for us to meet in a place like this, but as Lisa said, I'm glad to see you.
Hey, what do you mean by a place like this? The tavern is a wonderful place to relax and unwind a little. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to drag the acting grandmaster away from her desk? We've only been here for a few minutes, and worry is already written all over her face.
Lisa.
Yeah, this is the
I'm gonna
acting
go see what
grandmaster
my
we're
cat wants to
talking
come in.
about. It's only natural that she has a lot on her plate.
I think it's gonna do enough talking that I
But
can
you know
walk
what they
in it.
say. Now
Walk
that
in
we're
front
already
door.
here. Why don't you let her mix a couple of drinks for you two? It'll make you feel a lot better.
Because they open the door doesn't mean you can come in. I love my cat. I snare her. She wanted to go outside. I didn't tell her to go outside. She fucking practically ran when I opened the door this morning. And And I say this morning, I mean like when I went to go check something outside. That wasn't my food.
Honestly, Jean is the only person I know who needs to be taught how to relax. Hey cutie, whip me up a love poem. Medium, extra sweet. And how about you, Jean?
Oh,
What
it's
are you in the
caramel,
mood
that's
for?
what it is. It's
I'll
tea,
just
milk,
have
and a caramel
coffee.
base.
Medium, please.
Oh, it's tea base.
Jean, you drink coffee all the time. Wouldn't you like to try something else?
Thanks, but no. I want something to help keep me awake.
Coming up.
Thanks.
Kind of want to be an asshole. I believe it was tea, milk, and that, because I remember thinking it kind of reminded me of a drink I kind of get when I go to yeah, because the love poem reminds me a little bit of the passion tea lemonade that I always get, except take out the milk and exchange it with lemonade. She too wants a medium.
The sweetness is just right. Very good.
Like, so yeah. Making it extra sweet is pretty
the
cool of me.
coffee is strong and rich with just a nice hint of bitterness to it.
No, she's vegetarian.
Actually, I do understand what you meant, Lisa.
I was gonna be like, why is she getting a drink with milk
I've
in
been
it?
reflecting
Isn't
on
she
my weaknesses
vegetarian? But no,
lately.
she's
There's still
like,
room
isn't she
for me to
vegan? But no,
improve
she's
in many
vegetarian, which is
areas,
she
such
can
as
still
my
eat milk
productivity and
products.
management. I'm concerned my
Vegans
stress
are like
may even be starting to
anal about
somehow
milk
affect you
products
as
for some
well.
reason or another, which I find stupid. But whatever.
What? See? Cutie knows.
It's like,
You were working yourself way too
like as
hard.
long as it doesn't
so I
fucking
thought I'd
bother
take
you, why
out
the
for
fuck
some
are you
drinks.
getting annoyed? You know,
All I
that's my
wanted
thing.
was for you to have some fun.
Food is
But
food.
even in the tavern, you're still thinking about work. That's what's most concerning. If you're constantly under stress like this, it's only a matter of time before you burn out.
Oh, you also agree with Lisa, Traveler? So, is learning to relax actually my biggest challenge?
This thing has balance.
Work hard, play hard, and rest even harder. The two of you may need even more rest than you'd expect.
All right, I understand. Thank you, all of you. Now I know that this place serves refreshments for both the body and the mind. Is that why you and Kaya like the tavern so much?
Yes and no. It really depends on who's making the drinks. Speaking of which, we couldn't have changed Jean's mind without you today. You sure have a way with words, cutie. Then we'll see you later.
I'll consider coming here to relax if I have another opportunity.
Sounds great. Take care, you two.
Now, let's talk to my other love. Hello, Zhongli. Sit and chat. Have a discussion. I should take screenshots, but I'm like, eh.
Zhongli?
You know what? I should have, so I could have pictures of Zhongli here in the
Traveler.
sunset.
Good to see you.
But I'm
I
pretty sure I
trust
can
you are well.
find picture.
Wait! Zhongli, what are you doing here?
If I am to roam about the world,
then I certainly mustn't limit my destinations. The free and prosperous land of Wind is as splendid a place to visit as any.
Me. Like, I got so giddy, and I'm still kind of giddy sided. I'm actually probably should look up fan fiction, but you know, he's got to come visit his wife. You know, you can't just leave. You mean you're awake, you're retired, you can go visit your wife, Mondstadt. It's all good. Even though Venti tends to walk around everywhere. But whatever. So, like, just like, I still wish I could be like Venti when this conversation was happening, so I could just take a shit ton of pictures and stuff. Be like, eek! But no, you have to be gloomy. So I was like, ¿por qué? I don't want to be the traveler. I want to be the characters I own, so I can take pictures right next to Zhongli, and I'll be like, hee 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 hee. But yeah. Oof. Burp. I'm gonna finish Zhongli's drink and...
And it's quite a pleasant surprise to run into you here.
Good job.
One misty garden, please. I take my tea strong, thank you.
God, look at him, so handsome. Like, him and Kai are just, like, fucking hot. And I'm just like, oof. So, like, it took me a while to figure this one out. Honestly, it did. It got to a point where I gave up. Because I wasn't paying attention to, like, the extra song shenanigans. So, I wasn't fully understanding of what was going on. He doesn't mind any size. So, he's a big boy. So, let's go for a large cup. Because a large cup is venti. What? I'm using Starbucks terms. Leave me alone!
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Enjoy.
The tea is clear and glows with a pleasing hue. Its richness is complemented by a floral and fruity fragrance. Exquisite.
Wow. So Zhongli is even super knowledgeable about tea.
Well, he's like thousands of years. It's like 6,000 years old. He better know something about this and that.
Yummy, yummy in Paimon's tummy.
Mindfully savoring the tea shows due respect to the person that brewed it for you. Tea of good quality is hard to come by, and those capable of brewing tea according to the occasion and emotions, even more so.
I mean, we just pulled a mix.
Paimon gets it now.
We didn't even make the damn tea. We just put it in
Savor tea like you
from a bottle into the fucking thing.
smell it first, then drink it, right?
It's like complimenting
That's correct. Every type of tea is unique.
yourself
more
for
you
pouring
drink,
out a gallon
the
of
more
tea
you will understand
into
the
a cup.
subtle differences. Smelling the aroma will reveal the quality of the tea. Lower grade teas emit a musty and seemingly scorched scent, whereas ones with a delicate yet soothing aroma are usually of a higher quality. If you want to be more particular, according to Liyue ancient tradition, you could acquire a vintage goblet, which is used specifically for examining the aroma.
Oh no! All this time, Paimon's been missing out on her tea!
Not
I
to
just
worry.
realized they gave me
Knowledge
the
is
wrong
vast.
dessert.
It's never too late to learn. As a beginner, you can try this method. First, observe the color. Then smell the fragrance. And finally, take a sip. Remember, you can understand anything as long as you approach it in the proper order. Chaoing village in northwest Liyue is famous for their tea industry. It would be well worthwhile the visit when you get the chance. What I shared with you today are mostly my own habits as an old-fashioned Liyue local. Each region has its own tea traditions and culture. One should always respect the conventions of the local region.
Paimon gets it. But whether Paimon can remember it all is another story.
Thank you for such excellent tea. It made my trip out here all the more worthwhile. If you ever come to manage a tea house, I will certainly be a regular.
Well, we're already pretty busy. I don't think we'll have time to manage a side hustle at a tea house.
Regardless, you have my complete support. Let's call it a day. I won't take more of your time. All the best with your new pursuit.
Guess I have to ask.
Yes. The bill. Just put it on Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor's tab. As usual.
Of course. Take care. Give our regards to the director.
I'm pretty sure Hu Tao chews him out every once in a while. But, like, in the nice way, because she's not, like, a harsh person. But I would fucking chew the shit out of him, hot or not. But, yeah. Ooh. So, I'm gonna end the episode here. Because the thing did go off. We've done all these. We need to do 3 more. Make 4 drinks. I need to finish the... Anyway, we'll end this episode here. So, Tiniestofchibis is signing out.